Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. This is part two of the bin reviews. So, if you haven't checked out part one, check it out if you like. It goes over my kitchen setup, and this one is a little different, quite a bit different. Anyways, I'll overlap a little bit. The bin I use is a Plano Sportsman's trunk. It's 53 liters. Sorry, I don't know what that is in gallons. But anyways, here we go. Okay, so first item I have is it's like a tool bag. These are really good for kitchen or anything you just need to keep stuff together and organize. I have all sorts of stuff in here. I have my just drop something. One sec. I have my Mora knife, built-in fire starter, and sharpener, I guess, on the spine. Haven't used it, but I normally use this sharpener by Smith's. They do make a bigger version, but this is just a tiny one. And the Mora knife is nice fixed blade, very good for bushcraft and just anything you really need to get done. It's got a nice leather belt loop so you can wear it around. But I tend to keep it all together in here. So that is the first of 5 pouches. Second pouch, I have toothbrush, hand sanitizer. I should probably get a small tube of toothpaste and throw that in. And I also have these Aqua Tabs. I got about 15 of them. They're nice to have depending on what type of camping you're doing. I tend to bring my own water from the town that I live in, which is pretty good. It's treated, filtered, and all that. But if you ever run out of that supply and you need to do a local supply, you're not too sure if it's like completely safe, then you can just throw an Aqua Tab in and then you're good to go. But if you're not sure, boil your water and then throw a tab in. Generally, what I did with my buddy up on the Bruce Peninsula when we'd have to get like Georgian Bay water. Anyways, third pouch is a little Altoids tin. And I should probably make a separate video on these, but these are something that I found on YouTube and I make them myself and I swear by them. They're basically like a Tinder tab, and it's a piece of a plastic straw. I know some people are losing their minds right now that it's plastic, but you take about a third of a straw and you take about a half. I found half was the best. Half a cotton ball rolled in petroleum jelly, stuff it in, melt the ends and pinch it with like a pair of pliers or a Leatherman or something. And you just make a little slice on the top, pick it out, and then just throw a spark or a flame on it. And voila, you have a waterproof fire starter. So that's really nice. I carry this. I don't know who makes it. Maybe it says here HBY Outdoor Equipment, but it is a flint striker, and it's a pretty robust. I think it's about 3/8 of an inch by about probably like 6 inches, 6 or 7 inches. So that'll last multiple lifetimes. I carry a random S hook, like an S beaner or carabiner, but it's like an S shape. Those are nice just to have. You know, you could hang this off your belt or pack or something. And then I carry this. I got this off a friend a long time ago, and I just threw a mini Bic lighter in. It's nice to have a Bic. It's nice to flip your Bic. We're almost there. And then in the bottom, the second last pouch, I carry these. These are by Navaris. And they are basically MRE or freeze-dried food spoons. Nice and long. I got maybe 2 of them in here and probably about another one kicking around somewhere. And then I have another pouch with just sporks. If you want a spork, you go to this pouch. And then I have this one as well, which is really nice. It's by Ka-Bar. It's a little bit shorter, but if you pull the bottom, you get a knife. So that is really, really nice piece of kit there. Highly recommend it. If you're gonna run a spork, get the Ka-Bar, I would say. And last, 5th pouch, I have, let's see if I can pull it out. I have my Silky Gomboy. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's my folding saw. This saw is really, really good. If you need a bush saw, go with Silky. Fiskars are good too, but Silky is just like, I don't know, the Bentley of the saws. And then I also got this custom pouch off someone. Sorry, I forget who it was, but it was off of Etsy. It's got a nice belt loop. Would be nice to have a a little like thing that goes over, but can't be too picky, right? But that is very nice to have. And that is my pouch, roll-up pouch, and it just goes all together like that. Sorry that took so long. Moving along. I like to carry quite a bit of freeze-dried food. Typically, like, the average camping trip I go on is like 3 nights maximum. So I like to carry at least 3 days worth of food for freeze-dried in case the weather is really bad or something happens and like you lose your fuel tank or whatever like that and you're kind of stuck. You can't really cook food. You can at least fall back on freeze-dried food. So this one, I just have random ones that I thought it would be nice. I have granola, milk and blueberries, cinnamon apple crisp by Alpenair. I'm not going to go through them all, but I have about 4 meals in here. And then I have this one, which has like 3 meals, so we're up to 7. And then I have another 3, so 10. So it's pretty much, if you average it out, it's about 2 meals a day, like a early meal, a late meal, and then a dessert. Because they are really big meals. You're not necessarily going to be eating 3 of those freeze-dried meals a day. I mean, unless you're like a lumberjack splitting wood all day or cutting down trees and you could eat the ass of a horse. Most people are going to do like 1 or 2. So, anyways, next up, I've done this in a previous video. I like to have my machete. I like to split wood with the baton method because I find it's a lot safer than swinging an axe all the time, and it's a lot smaller than an axe. Is this one. So it's the Mini Dooku Parang by Condor. This thing was pretty expensive, but it was worth every penny. This thing is awesome. Just keep it away from your nephews. And then I always like to carry some coffee beans, even ground coffees too as well. Just depends. Like ground coffee is easier because then you don't necessarily have to bring a grinder, which I will get to. But I like to carry a small pouch of coffee. My sister got this for me. It's very good. And then I like to carry a couple random treats like pepperettes or whatever you will, whatever they're called. Sausage sticks, I guess they're called. I think I got these from Bass Pro. And this one is elk Haven't tried it yet, obviously. And then this one is wild boar. Sometimes you're just hiking or just sitting around having a beer and you just want some meat. So that's a nice treat for sure. I kind of threw these in. I haven't really used them yet, but they're by Gerber, and they're game shears, and they do collapse as well, which is pretty sweet. So you can clean them, but it's nice having a good pair of scissors for whenever you need scissors. Like my last bin, part 1, I have a pair of gloves, but I like to keep a pair of gloves in each bin. If the off chance you forget one of the bins, that would suck, but just a pair of general leather gloves. I don't know who makes these, can't pronounce that, sorry. And then in extreme cases, depending on types of camping you're doing, sometimes you gotta take a shit in the woods, so it's kind of nice to have a trowel. I like this one because it also comes with a bottle opener in case you need to open a bottle of beer while you're taking a shit. This was the coffee grinder I was talking about. Very compact, collapses down. I don't know who makes it. Load your coffee beans in the top. There's a little window at the bottom to show you when you're full. And I find it's perfect for a pour over, to do like a single cup. It's amazing. And then you can adjust your grind there, fine or coarse. And then I do like bringing hot chocolate. So I bring a couple pouches of hot chocolate. I don't like bringing the big tub of hot chocolate because I think it's too bulky and you never go through it. And then I just threw in a couple disposable coffee filters as well. This one is maybe the most important item in this bin. It's a Ziploc bag, and it's just meant to keep everything together, but I have various sizes of Ziplocs and garbage bags. That is very, very important to bring camping so you can pack your trash out. Don't leave trash. Don't be an asshole. And then this is just a random things of chocolates. Some Lindor chocolates, my favorite. I'm not big on sweets, but sometimes you just feel like having a little hit of sugar. And when you live with a diabetic, you always got to keep a little bit of sugar on hand. And I keep a couple bars of soap. No one wants a poopy ass. Keep these in case of emergency situations. Emergency blankets, keep 2 of those. And you can actually use them as shelter in a pinch, or in case you don't have a tarp or something, you can use that in a pinch and it'll actually work pretty good. I have this they just threw in there. I got this off of AliExpress, never used it yet, but it's like a waterproof sleeping bag. It's for emergencies. It's kind of like a really, really basic bivvy. I have a compass, always nice to have. Have some fun with the nephews, teach them how to get some directions. These, I don't think I've done a video on it, but I got this idea off of YouTube a couple years ago. It's Strike Anywhere matches, and it's just wrapped in jute, Jute, and then you dip the whole thing in paraffin wax, let it dry, and then you have a fire starter that burns for, I think it burned for like 2 or 3 minutes. But those are really nice to have, pretty simple to make yourself. This I threw in there. It's just a blaze orange piece of fabric. It's kind of like to flag things down or whatever in case of an emergency. I have this by I think it's eSky. I got this off of Amazon. And this is a crank radio. Let's see if I can show you. And crank it up. You have like a little antenna. And you can do like an SOS. It has weather stations, FM, AM, and a little light too. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a nice little thing to keep with you, something for the nephew to play with, you know. I do carry cans of food, mostly for emergency or if you just are in the mood for having a can of ravioli or something. But something a lot of people forget is a can opener. And there's 100 different ways to open a can of food. You can search them up on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But I'd prefer to just bring like a really basic can opener just to make it quick and easy. And then I have this I got from a place around here. It's an emergency candle. Apparently, it'll burn for 50 hours. That's 50. So that's nice. For freezing your nuts off in your tent, you need a little bit of heat, then you can light that up. As before, I like to bring coffee with me. One of my favorites is Kicking Horse coffee, and this one's pretty kick-ass. So that's nice to have. It's probably a little bit too big of a container to bring, but whatever. I do like my coffee. Another good thing to bring is wipes. These are flushable wipes. I don't flush wipes, even if they say they're flushable. I've had to plunge too many toilets in previous jobs that even if it says flushable, I don't flush it. But wet wipes are always nice in case you have tacos the night before. This is a basic adventure medical kit, and I've changed quite a bit in this over the years. I've added, taken away, but basically it's good to have if you get cuts, things like that, burns, whatever. And I always throw some medical gloves in there as well. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you ever go camping, actually, if you ever go anywhere, throw like a medical kit or a first aid kit in your vehicle or in your pack, because you never know. Then just some random snacks. Blue Diamond Smokehouse almonds. It's always a favorite. Those are delicious. Always bring those with me. And then this is pretty extreme. I've never had one. Oh no, sorry, I have tried one. And it tasted like shit. But these are Daytrix emergency rations. So if things get really, really bad and like you think you're gonna die, and you have these, then this will sustain you for a little bit longer. But always remember that you'll die of lack of water before you die of lack of food. Then just a couple snacks and some shit tickets, toilet paper, and then almost there. I got 2 of these. These are the Plano shot shell boxes. So these are meant to hold shotgun shells. I got them because they're nice and compact and they're good for stuffing random stuff in. So I have these pull start fires. I actually tried them on my trip last weekend and they actually work pretty good. They're not the cheapest, but they are very simple to use and very effective. And then I'm not going to go through all this, but I have, protein bars, oatmeal, chocolate, beef strips, sesame snaps, just random snacks. And last but not least, same style bin. I carry a pair of gloves just to keep your hands warm. They're not meant for touching anything hot or anything. I have a can of natural smoked wild kippered herring. That is delicious. My God. And And then I have a can of Puritan corned beef hash. Love that stuff. Don't feel like making too much, you can just open the can and just smash that with a bit of barbecue sauce and a beer. And then I have Chef Boyardee overstuffed beef ravioli, because it's nice just to have some food that you like. And then if you don't feel like camping, or if the weather sucks, then you don't have to. Carry a random Bic and a lens cleaner because I wear glasses. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry that the video is a little bit long, but this one has way more items in it than the first one. And thanks for stopping by. Stay safe. Oh, and cheers. Bye for now.